Hello everyone, welcome to my class. This is our competitive session. So in this part, I'm going to discuss about one of the new chapter, that is from the BCK part, Business and Commercial Knowledge. In that part, fourth chapter, Government Policies for Business Growth. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss about the lot of things which we have to learn about, that is what highlight the pervasiveness of the influence of government policies on business. That means what about the influence of government policies on business, and regarding the reforms, and also the concept of liberalization, privatization, and also globalization. Now let's see about chapter overview, and afterwards we will continue the part. Okay, then let me move on to chapter overview. So in this chapter, we have to going discuss about Indian public policies. In that, economic reforms, globalization, liberalization, privatization, and also policy outcomes, FDI, foreign direct investment, and also economic growth. So this is what the chapter overview. Now we'll move on to introduction of this chapter. Dear students, what is the role of government policies in the business growth? Isn't it? It is essential for the business growth. Is the government policies are how act as a major role or part in the business growth? See students, there are two friends, okay, Mr. Raman as well as Mr. Ramesh. Okay, the two persons are there. So both are friends. So Mr. Raman, he was a computer science graduate and he developed an app-based solution for blind students. Okay, so Mr. Raman, he was a computer science graduate and he developed an app that is based on solution for whom? Blind students. Okay, and Mr. Ramesh, okay, he was the friend of whom? Raman. Okay, and Mr. Ramesh was a CA rank holder. Fine. And also Mr. Ramesh, he had 3 offers from 2 big audit firms and from a consulting company. Okay, this is what the background of these two friends. Okay, one of friend Mr. Raman was a computer science graduate, and one Mr. Ramesh, he was a CA rank holder. Okay, now Mr. Raman understands technology. That means he knows very well regarding the technology, computer operations, as well as softwares, applications, etc. Okay, why? Because he was a computer science graduate. Fine. But he does not know about finance, law, and government policies. Okay, Mr. Raman, he does not know about finance, law, and government policies. Okay, and on the other hand, we can say that one of friend Mr. Ramesh. Okay, Ramesh has no exposure to technology. That means he is not at all having the idea about or innovative idea about technology. Basic knowledge everyone should get, right? But the innovative idea about technology, that is not knowing about Mr. Ramesh. Okay, but he understands patent law, IPR means intellectual property law, regarding GST formalities, financial reporting, and also corporate governance. Governance what issues, so all these things regarding corporate field things matters that should completely known by Mr. Ramesh. Now you came to know about the knowledge of the different fields and different sectors, that is different, right? Mr. Raman as well as Mr. Ramesh both are friends, but their innovative ideas are different, right? Person Raman, he was a person like what innovative technology, and Mr. Ramesh, he was a person like what knowing about all the legal actions regarding the what that is company. Okay, so that they both together form a team to pitch for arranging funds from venture capitalist. Okay, so why I'm telling the story of these two friends, because here we came to know about that for the growth of every business, every economic activities, so certain government policies are there. So those government policies, if we are followed thoroughly, then we can achieve the growth in the business, as well as we can expand our what business. Okay, so that remember, every country, every nation, they follows what their own government policies, that is by the way of legal processes, tax policies, business restrictions, financial reporting. So that is what every nations, any kind of nations, they need to follow these such type of what government policies. Then next, let's see about what are the state policies or the government policies which followed by our nations. In Bangladesh, as a state policy, that is regarding import of second-hand foreign cars is allowed. See, the country Bangladesh as a state policy, so according to their state policy, according to their government policy, import of second hand foreign cars, okay, import means what, buying, right? So import of second hand foreign cars is allowed according to their state policy. Okay, Toyota steers this policy to their favor. So according to their policy, the Toyota steers, that is what one of the favor brand. Second hand Toyota cars are sold in numbers through Toyota approved dealers in Dhaka. Okay, so their second hand cars, that is also Toyota cars has been sold in very numbers. Refurbished cars collected from buyback scheme are sold in Dhaka market, as well as second hand cars or the refurbished cars which collected from buyback scheme, that is one of the scheme, buyback scheme. In that scheme they will collect what second hand cars, that is, and also sold in Dhaka market. Toyota manages several service stations in Dhaka, Chittagong and also Rajshahi to provide after sale service. Okay, this is what the country, in the country Bangladesh, their state policy. That means simply nothing but the permission of second hand car, second hand foreign cars is allowed. Means the second hand or the sale of second hand or buying of a second hand what foreign cars is allowed. Okay. Next, on the contrary, in India, according to our government policy, there is no foreign car manufacturers are allowed to sell imported cars. Say, according to our government policy, Indian government policy, there are no foreign car manufacturers. Okay, there are no foreign car manufacturers are allowed to sell imported cars. That is, remember, this is what our Indian policy. They need to form an wholly owned Indian subsidiary or to be a part of joint venture. If they need to sell the cars means they need to form a wholly needed subsidiary, Indian subsidiary they need to maintain. Okay, or they are to be a part of our joint venture. Okay, Toyota manufactures car in India as a joint venture with the Kirloskar Motors. You heard about this. Okay, so that Toyota manufacturers, they are the this cars in India, they are the joint venture in the Kirloskar Motors. Okay, this is what our country's policy. So that we can say that every nation defines its mode of governance through a number of policies. These policies are described as a public policy. So every nation has to be follow the number of policies, and such policies is called as public policies. Okay, in the national and international parlance, public policies are as old as governments. In the post Second World War, a number of transnational companies evolved, which started to work in different parts of the world, and they align their operations according to the public policies of those nations where from they operate. Okay students, rest of the things we'll discuss in the next episode. Until then, please just go through with the concepts. Okay, thank you.